G'day there, everyone. Professor Maple here. We're back on Sprucecraft once again. We're looking at this lovely transformed area. It's still kind of minimal. I could use a little more furniture in here. But look at that. I did a little bit of decorating off camera. Decided I really like the blue flower, the swampy flowers. So I stuck one of those in there, and then it kind of looked a little too asymmetrical. A little off balance. I couldn't think of anything else to put where that other plant is there, the fern. So that's what we've got going on there. Today, however, I should eat a thing. Today what we're going to do is double check that we put these half slabs I wanted to put in. Good, yep, those are done. Okay, wonderful. And what we're actually going to do today is I was looking around. Okay, here's the deal. I've got a very tight schedule the next couple weeks. Last week, by the time you see this, or even later if you see it later, I'll have been to my mom's place back home, and maybe not that. Who knows? Or I'm at least talking about the blocks here. Yeah, so back at Mom's place, just to see her and see how things are going back home. And it's really hard to focus on things I want to talk about and do at the same time. But basically, I'm not going to be, because of work and the whole I work nights during the weekends, which is kind of a double whammy as far as scheduling goes. In terms of not being able to do things anyway. Because of that, I'm going to be going home during the week, and that's usually my working on Sprucecraft time. So this episode, the next episode, they might be a little shorter than usual. That's just how it's going to be. Or they might be a little less cut down than usual. I'm not entirely sure how I want to play that out yet. But we're gonna see what we get up to. Water bucket. Everyone has a water bucket low. No wait, no, that's not quite it. Whatever. Anyway, so today we're gonna start off with like a small thing, and then we'll see how we go from there. Or how we grow from there. I like anyone who's seen my Grow Home Let's Play. That's also something I need to finish before I go. The finale is going to be the week that this goes up, I think. I've got lots of editing to do either tonight or tomorrow. But either way, yeah, life's just getting super closing in on me kind of stuff going on. I can't use words right now. But today what we're going to do is get rid of these half slabs that I forgot to get rid of earlier. And, I'm so disorganized today. I'm so disorganized because everything's going on. I've got this, and I've got to look for an apartment to live in, and I've got to find a place that I can actually afford to live in, because, the area I live in now, a lot of it's student housing, which is why it's affordable. But once I kind of move out of the area so I can find someplace a little quieter so I can record a few more hours of the day, especially if I live more so alone, then where was I going with that? Oh yeah, then, then I can be a little happier, because luckily St. Patrick's Day, what is that over there? Why is this here? Why is there a dropper in the middle of the place here? Oh yeah, that's to remember to... Anyone else hear a skeleton? That's a little worrying. It's not up there, is it? Yeah, it's right up there. What the heck? Okay, I'm gonna go up there and light that, because that's not good. Very, very not good. I have like no connection. I've had no connection all night. I thought this was a good spell, but I guess not. Am I just oh, oh. What? Okay. Well, either way we have to light that. So let's do that. Where was I going? I'm so sorry if I seem super distracted today. It's just that I am super distracted today. Oops. What? I thought I was pressing 4 there. Oh, the lag. Okay, this is gonna be tricky. I'm gonna get stuck in a pillar. Or something. Actually, why don't I just fill that in? I'm probably not going to use this area anyway. Oh, because you guys can totally see when I do that, right? Yeah. That's totally how that works. Anyway, so yeah, life is stressful right now for me. It feels like things are closing in on all sides, and it's not easy growing up, but it's especially not easy when you work nights on the weekend and you don't really work with too many people past like maybe 11 sometimes. Like I like at my job, like I enjoy for the most part my job. Like there are times where I have a frustrating night, whatever. That's every job has that, right? I have to try and get over that. Do my best to. But like during training I was at that job during the day and there were people around, and even if they wouldn't want to help me, which I don't, no one at my workplace wouldn't ever help me if I asked for it, just like I would never not help them if I could. Why is that cobble? That should not be cobble. Cobble is not a good choice for that, because there's nothing there of importance. So that must be from like super early on. Anyway, I think this is just going to be like an mostly uncut episode or something, because there's nothing. There's another one right there. There's nothing organized about this episode whatsoever. But yeah, I've had some health problems because of the whole trying to adjust to nighttime, and like four nights in a row doing at work for about 11 and a half hours, staying awake for a few hours, a couple hours more than that either end of the shift, because it's an hour to get there, sometimes an hour and a half depending on the day because of buses, and it's just it's taking a lot of getting used to. Like I don't want to be a whiner. That's not what I'm trying to be here. That's not the goal of the exercise. I'm just trying to explain that I'm having a hard time with a lot of it. I kind of miss being out, because working on the weekends, that's when everyone's free usually, right? So if I'm working on the weekends and sleeping during the day, I don't get to see too many people anymore. And it's especially after having been without a job for a while, like the sort of shock of going from having all this free time to not a whole heck of a lot, because I have, like, after 11 I can't, like, my roommates have to sleep. They've got school, they've got other stuff during the week that I can't keep them up for. I'll have to go to the vault. Bother. So I have to be reasonably quiet when I record these episodes later in the evening. And then after 2, because the PC DOS, his bedroom's the closest to mine, and like he's a night owl, so that helps a bit. But after 2 a.m., I can't record anything because he's a light sleeper. Well, I could record stuff, but that would be very disrespectful, and I'd rather not do that. So yeah, I think this is gonna turn out to be more of a vlog episode. I'll be lucky if I end up actually doing anything useful today. Yeah, we'll shove that in there. Did I show the organization of how this is? I'll show it later if I haven't. Well, even if I have, I'll probably show it later. But yeah, the vaults. I haven't touched the vault in the last couple weeks. I haven't touched a whole heck of a lot. Like, I've got all that water I need to dredge out of the swamp where the witch farm is, and out of the ocean monument for the prismarine farm, the guardian farm. That's all got to happen, and I hope I have everything I need for this. So what we want to do today, other than just like venting out our frustrations about life at the moment, I guess, which I didn't intend to do. It just kind of happened, so I'm sorry about that. But yes, the goal for today is to put up an AFK fish farm. We've got everyone loves that tutorial that Nims TV has on YouTube for his 1.8 AFK fish farm. So that's what we're gonna be putting up here. I might do a time lapse just because. Actually, no, I'm not gonna promise anything. I can't promise anything these days. But you know, we'll just kind of go through and do it. I want to put it up around here because let me just see if I can scroll back into the video where he puts up the tips. The tips are useful. So okay, so skylight access will give better rates. So we can't really put it underground without putting like a glass floor in, and that just no. I have that in the mining dome for a reason, right? And even then, it's not like a skylight. Like I like skylights, but I don't want. I like having grass in this area, so you know, what do you prioritize, right? Especially when I would like to put gardens up here eventually. I really like the idea of gardens. I don't want to have gardens underground. Ooh, there's my squeaky voice again. But yeah, I don't want to have gardens underground, so I'm going to put them up here eventually somewhere. Once I have more buildings up and I have a better idea of what I want to do. Anyway, so yes, sky access, important. Especially because tip 2 is rain's great for a fish farm. You know, you got increased fishing rates in rain, and you know, like I like. Okay, let's go up to the balcony here, because you know I haven't fished in a while in Minecraft, or at all really. But like going out there to the river, and just like taking your fishing rod and plopping it in the water and waiting for the bobber to go. That's super relaxing. That I find it more relaxing than mining in Minecraft, but of course mining's a bit more productive in terms of resource gathering, right? So it usually takes priority. But just sitting and you should have seen me on the last server. I had like a little island with a lighthouse on it, and I had like my fishing rod sort of stored there, and I would walk because you know, water breathing, or not water breathing. It's not aqua affinity, but the other, or what? I had a helmet that was really good for walking underwater without having to come up for air. Essentially, is what that equates to. So I would walk out to the lighthouse in the bay behind my base. I would go fishing once I surfaced and got my rod and everything. Just relax and wait for the rain. Well, especially in the rain, I would walk over and do that. But yeah, that was super relaxed. Those were the days. I should have put this near the ocean, I think. But then, you know, the whole point was to be able to have a flat place to build a 100 by 100 base. So I needed plains, and then I wanted to be able to mine emeralds eventually. So, although the villager trading, if once we get that implemented, eventually, I always talk about these far off plans, but yeah, once we get that done eventually, it should kind of make that a moot point. Plus, there are only so many emeralds you can get out of the ground, right? Especially in a smaller extreme hills biome like that one. Okay, so yes, so not the next tip for the farm, before we get distracted once again, is to not build between Y. If we bring up F3 here, that's the XYZ middle where it says 69 there. No jokes. So don't build between 46 and 62 because that's where squid spawn normally. And so that's why we have to have it up here. Whereas down here, I think we run that risk. Yeah, 62, we hit that and we're at 58. So this is prime squid spawning territory. I'm surprised we don't have ink sacs in the sugarcane farm, to be quite honest. Hi Birch Farm, how are ya? Let's get rid of that F3 screen. It really bugs me because it's all cluttery and like they Mojang cleaned it up when they updated it with, was it 1.8 they updated it or 1.7? I don't know. It was a little while back, but it's still recently enough. Anyway, so yeah, don't build between those two layers, and then it just lets us know that, or then NIMS lets us know that fish strength might cause misfires. So sometimes you let one gets away. That's just kind of how fishing happens normally, right? So I'm not super worried about that. But anyway, I want to find. I'm thinking around here, but let's just take a look around the base here, see what we have for spot. Because I could put one here, but I'd have to find a way to make it look pretty so that it just doesn't look like a shed in the middle of everything here. I also need to AFK for more glowstone. Story of my life at the moment. I should maybe try going back to AFKing while I'm asleep, but you know, especially lately I've been disconnected a lot, so we'll see about that. Did I turn my mob sounds down? Friendly creatures 10%. Okay. That explains that. I'm used to hearing like everything when I'm in there. Okay, so we have this going on here. And then this corner, eventually I'm going to have a, like an actual house. Because like my bed's in my item room. Let's be serious. It's been there since the item room went up. And it's handy, but that's no place for a bed. No. So eventually, the plan is to put some sort of house-like thing up top here. And of course, this will lead to the basement, which is the basement of the whole base. Meant, pun intended, I think. Wow, we're just rambling on. I could talk for days. I swear, at least today. So that's why this dropper's here with armor in it. It's to remind me to make sure that there's like an Ooh, there's a squeaky voice again. Just reminding me to put an emergency armor set dispensary thing in the house so that if I ever like aggro pigment in the nether or something and I respawn here, I can just go back and get it all back in one go, hopefully, as opposed to possibly dying and losing all my items over and over again. That's best case scenario, of course. So yeah, I'm not seeing too many other places I'd like to put this fish farm, especially since well, you know, I've got the color coding, so that's the mining area. This is going to be the enchanting potiony area because of blue and purple, and then that's the yellow and black, and Got the red and orange there for farming. That's going to be green and later. I don't know what other color it is, because the secondary colors, like those didn't happen until I started building. Like originally this was either going to be just that color or just that color, but then it became both. Just like originally I was just planning on doing the yellow clay, and then it turned into, oh well, what if we had hazard stripes, and then it was either black wool or coal, and coal looked better, and you know. And then it's just the red was good on its own, but it just was really flat looking, so the sandstone, the red sandstone, really fixed that up. And just I'm surprised I didn't try to color code that, but I guess I tried to make it fit with the rest of the walls and stuff, sort of make it fit in there. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna pick a spot probably over here, just to because I think there's a slight bit more space or something. I might later try and construct a building to sort of enclose all of these, except for maybe the top of the fish farm, of course. But maybe a dome over top of the tree farm. If I do enough research and find out what the maximum height for like a jungle tree is, I think that would be the tallest we get. Anyway, I hope all my rambling has been comprehensible so far. But anyway, we're gonna chug on ahead, and I'll update you when I've got something put down, I guess. Alright guys, so as you may have seen, possibly, if everything went to plan, a little montage of me out in the mesa. I had to grab a bunch of, oh gosh, this does not move well at all. I had to grab a bunch of stained clay in order to do the, well, not stained clay, just hardened clay, I guess. I guess I'll stain it later if I need to. But this is what we've got. This is Nim's auto AFK fish farm dealie. I forgot to put some dirt back, but and it looks kind of ugly right now. And lots of I like exposed redstone, but I don't know. I think this is going to be its own room eventually when I have something more going on with it. I don't think I can really light this all that well at the moment, which is a little worrying. Maybe from the sides a bit, at least for now. Yeah, eventually there'll just be like a wall around it, so we should be fine by that point. I'm probably overlighting it at this point, but whatever. So yeah, this is it. We're gonna just kind of fill her up, and let's see, how much string do we have? We've got plenty to go around. We've got to fill up our inventory minus 1 slot. And that slot will be it. So we're just, I haven't tested this out quite yet, so we're just going to, oh no, we need to start off with a fishing rod, don't we? And they're all, oh, I need to, I need to be more prepared. Darn it, Maple, why do you do this? Okay, so we do that, then we do that, then we do that. All right, so now, oh yeah, we also have to turn it on. And that's gonna make a whole bunch of noise. We aim for that mid there. And of course, quick redstone and servers, you know, sometimes it's not great. I can't tell if this is working well or not, but I've seen it work well for other people on servers. It's just my connection has not been too great tonight. Anyway, so you guys will possibly have seen that montage. We also did a lot of talking. It was a very talky episode. I didn't do a whole heck of a lot on camera, and I'm sorry about that, but you know, that's just the nature of how much time I have at the moment, especially within the next couple weeks. Easter's coming up. I feel like when I work, I just kind of eat, sleep, work, and commute. So really, my days off, that's spent getting all the stuff done I couldn't do during the 3 or 4 days I was working. So you know, it's not. Things could be going worse. Like there are plenty of people in third world countries that would love to be able to do what I do, but you know, I'm kind of in that weird betweeny point where I can see people doing so much better than me, and even sometimes they might not, I might not feel they deserve it, or I feel like I could do a better job than them or whatever, or that the people who have better positions don't appreciate them as much as they should, or whatever the case may be. Am I doing anything? My connection is just horrible. There we go. My connection's back. Okay. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Have a good whatever time of day it is for you. Make sure to cook your fish thoroughly, or else you might get food poisoning. Unless you know how to do sushi properly, in which case I don't know enough about that to give advice about it. But if you're gonna cook it thoroughly. Make sure it's done properly, or else, you know, it's not always a good time. And I will see you next time when we do something I have time for, hopefully. Goodbye!